Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, based on the title of this video, we're gonna talk about how I failed my driving test twice. So based on the title of this video, you're probably wondering, I'm so stupid. Why did I fail my test twice and all that stuff? Well, I'm gonna tell you all the stories. So maybe you will learn from it, maybe you won't. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you don't tell anyone. Tell them you like it. Tell them you love it and you want to share it to the world. Okay? Okay, so my first time I did an exam. It's about like an hour from where I live. So the reason why I failed is because of parallel parking. So if you don't know what parallel parking is, so you have to sort of park in between cars. So first, I have zero knowledge in driving. So all of my driving experience is actually here in Canada. So the examiner asked me to do parallel parking, which I know how to do. But the thing is, it was downhill and it was in between cars. So for a new driver like me, so all of my practice in parallel parking are straight road and there's no cars in between, just one. So I can nail that easily. But imagine you're a new driver, you're doing a parallel parking in between cars, so any mistake could be like a damage to either my car or the car behind me, right? So I think I panicked. I might have like stepped on the gas or something. So the examiner was terrified. And then I think my driving at that time was, I can't keep my car centered. So if you know what it's like, well, I'm giving myself like a break because like what I said, I'm a new driver. I have zero knowledge about driving. I think I've only been driving for like 3 months when I did my tests because in my opinion, I think I'm good at it, which I'm not, clearly. And I was so nervous when I did my first tries. It's like okay. So the second time, I think I'm pretty confident about my driving and all that stuff. However, the examiner told me beforehand that, oh, I'm not gonna trick you. I'm just gonna tell you, do this and that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty, chill for me. So what happened is we went to this mall and then it was like a turning right sign, but I didn't go straight because I was waiting for the examiner to tell me to go straight, right? But I guess it's a trick sort of direction because you see the sign it's turning right, so you have to go right regardless if she says anything or not. But I was stupid, you know, more probably because I have zero, experience about driving. I've only been driving maybe for like 6 months at that time or something. So it hasn't been a while since you know, and probably because I'm inexperienced first and foremost. So even though I know how to drive at that time, there are certain things that I'm not quite sure about, or maybe because I haven't sort of experienced that. Like for example, like turning right on the right side, turning left. I mean, turning left is pretty obvious because it's on the side, right? But turning right, it was a lot of stuff. And I think also my mistake is that I think I went 33, 34 in a school zone. So if you don't know, if you are in a playground or school zone or something, you have to stick at 30. You can't go over 31, 32, 33, or you failed, right? So that's the second reason why I failed. And then the third time, it's probably been a year since I've been driving. So this one, I'm pretty confident again. I'm pretty okay. I'm like, oh, I can do this. I'm pretty chill. And then it rained. So it rained. Oh my god. So I think I don't know how to like use the wind. The thing that like this, the windshield or something. I don't know how that works. So I guess I was like driving and then I keep on pressing it, but I don't know how to use it because I'm so focused on my driving. I'm so focused on how I, understand the roads and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh shit. And then I think I went over again in the playground because I was so focused on the windshield thing, which I don't know how to operate. I know I should have I should have known, but because I kind of like try to focus on my driving, try to understand what my mistakes are before. So I forgot like some of the basics that I should have known, which for me, I'm pretty okay as well because number one of my coworker told me that you'll fail quite a few times actually, but every time you fail, you have to learn from it. You have to like sort of uh, make sure that you won't make the same mistakes anymore. Because every time you failed, you will learn from that, and then you keep on improving and improving. Which for me, like, it's it sticks in my mind because, you know, he's right actually. So yeah, and then so here I am again in my fourth time trying to do my driving tests, and luckily I passed. Woo! This is like I think 2020, 2020 I think, around pandemic. So it's been 2 years now. Okay, so it's almost 2 years now since I passed my test. So I think the reason why she told me that I passed, aside from the skills that I have, I've been driving there for probably like a year and a half or something. He also noticed that I'm very careful in my driving. I do a lot of like shoulder check, and then also there's like a chance where there was like a garbage truck, and then instead of me like overtaking the garbage truck, I like stop and then wait for them to finish. So even though I think I went 32, 33 in a school zone accidentally, I don't even she told me that because I stopped behind the garbage truck. She knows that I'm a good driver. She knows that I'm a safe driver. I think first and foremost, I think if you're an examiner, the first thing that they actually um, keep in mind is other than your skills, which is pretty obvious. I think it's also if you're a safe driver or not. Are you like patient? Are you like hot-headed or something like that? So I think that's the thing that they most likely look into. So if you're gonna do the task, make sure that you know what you're doing and make sure that you understand what you understand the rules, because there was also a time I think if I remember it, there was this like turning left sign only in the road, and then she told me, okay, just go straight. So by mean straight, I thought he just want me to go to the left or something, but it's only turning left sign. So even though she didn't tell you to turn left, you have to turn left because it's what the sign says, which is I think my second mistake. So yeah, so that's basically what happened to me. So all of my fails, I'd say, all of the failures I had is probably a good thing in my opinion, because from then on I learned that I should not do this, I should not do that, and that kind of thing. So yeah, so if you're gonna take the exam, make sure to not do the same mistakes that I did. So practice, practice, practice. You know, that's number one that I would probably advise. Practice. I know practice makes perfect, but it also sort of help your skills to improve. Number two, prepare for the exam, especially for the road test. So make sure you didn't drink last night, you're not hangover, you're not tired, you're like fully prepared in everything and all that. So yeah, Um, Number three, make sure you understand the rules. So rules, like when I say rules, like if it's 30, make sure you go 30 when you're driving. If it's turning left, turning right, don't overspeed. Don't be too cocky, because examiners wants to see like a driver that is patient, who is careful, who is safety is his number one, something like that. So yeah. And number four, probably, just enjoy the journey, because you're gonna fail one way or another. Lucky if you pass once, but if you don't, don't lose hope, because a lot of people, when they fail, they just, okay, I don't want to drive anymore, because they think it's the end of the day or whatever. But for me, I'm like, it's not a sort of a um, it doesn't define who you are, even if you fail 10 times or 4 times or whatever. As long as you keep on pushing, every time you fall or something, you're gonna get there eventually. Just trust the process. I do have a lot of friends who failed thrice, 4 times. Some also did not even fail. They just take the test and pass it. Good for them. But for someone who don't have any driving experience like me, or you know we don't have a lot of we don't have a car at that I don't have a car at the time, so it's really difficult for someone you know taking the task. But I just enjoy the journey, and trust the process, they say. So, and yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you share it with everyone. If you don't like it, don't tell anyone, okay? And see you in my next video. Mercy.